Go to the hole.
Oh my God!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Golf Collective podcast, episode 3. Sorry for the weird introduction. Matthew and I recorded for way too long, and I thought it was a good idea to just separate the two topics into their own episodes. So this is episode 3. We cover our favorite golf course currently, our favorite golf holes, and I do pull up a lot of visuals, so if you would like to see those, feel free to hop over to the YouTube, and we hope to see you in the next one. Thanks. We are matching. You can see our backdrops. We've got some pretty cool wall art we can talk
I don't know
about.
which way to go here. We got the both got the clubs hanging up.
Yep. Actually,
I
funny,
got, you can't see me.
dude. This is throwing me off.
It's weird.
This club right here. If you do subscribe to the Golfer's Journal or get a chance to read the article on Tom, that golf club is actually in one of the photos they took.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in the office one day and I was like trying to put this little wall thing together. I was like, I need something like horizontal. Like, I need to find a golf club. So I was like on Facebook and stuff. And then I walked to the office. Like, oh, I was like, hey, can I like just put that on my wall? They're like, yeah, we've got like 15 of them.
Perfect.
So, yeah, that was it's in the Golfer's Journal, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, oh yeah. Mine is not. I don't know where I got it from.
What is yours a?
It's a putter. That's a putter right there.
Looks like a very lofty putter.
I mean, it's tilted sideways on the wall. It's just hanging there.
That's fair. But what's your favorite piece you got on the wall right there?
Ooh. There's a lot of Sweden's Cove stuff. Shout out.
Same. I've got one off camera. Let's see if I can.
The old Mac flag is pretty sweet.
That's Sweden's Cove poster.
Yeah, there you go. Ansley, my wife, got me the navy blue Sweden's Cove map right there. That's one of my favorites.
Maps are so good.
Also love the vintage Sports Illustrated right here.
I think that's what I was gonna say was my favorite of yours.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I've got another one that's actually Masters themed, basically vintage.
That's sick.
Like the 70s.
That's pretty good.
A lot of that stuff came from Goodwill. I gotta be honest.
Wow. I mean, y'all's Goodwills in that Georgia region are sweet.
They're pretty good. So
I've got a couple. Shout out the No Laying Up guys. A couple strapped posters. Yeah. The Arizona one. I mean, it's a baseball card. It's sick. I've got
that's pretty sweet.
The Waffle House scene from Myrtle Beach.
Oh.
That Waffle House is actually. We've grown up. I've grown up going to Carter's Beach House my entire life. Be my 25th year this upcoming summer. But that Waffle House I've been to probably a dozen times. So
look at that.
That's pretty sweet. And then I've got that's Bandon number 12, par 3.
Okay.
First hole built on the Bandon property. I took that picture. And then I've also got that is Old Mac 1 green, but it's got the ghost tree in the background.
Oh yeah, baby.
With my chunked approach shot sitting right in front of the green.
We don't have to talk about that. We'll get into our favorite holes later. There might be some Old Mac on there.
And then I've got Cradle Flag, Masters Flag, Pinehurst, and then actually perfect transition, True Blue course layout.
Look at that. So since you've got the True Blue course layout, why don't you tell me what your favorite golf course is, Josh?
It is True Blue.
Okay.
We're gonna sit here for a little bit and we're gonna talk about our favorite course currently, our favorite course, and then our favorite holes. That's par 3, par 4, par 5. So our favorite one of each of those
hole
pars. By par, correct. And then we're also gonna throw in our least favorite hole that we've played. So perfect transition. I'm gonna talk about True Blue. True Blue is one of my favorite courses that I've played. It's a sister course to Caledonia Golf and Fish Club, both there in Litchfield, South Carolina. It's about 45 minutes south of Myrtle Beach. 10 minutes from the beach house I've gone to my entire life.
Yep.
So, my parents, Carter's parents and my parents are best friends. It's we grew up together. That's kind of the story there. And Matthew's wife lived with Carter and his family kind of through the COVID era. So that's kind of how
she got adopted in, and I got adopted in by marriage.
Correct.
So
So that's a quick little rundown of how we all know each other. So I held Carter at 6 days old. We're a couple years apart, but my parents got invited by Carter's parents to go to the beach in 2000, and they just started inviting us every year. They're family best friends, and there's a bunch of golf in Myrtle Beach. If you don't know, fantastic golf destination. Can't go wrong. Great prices. Some of the best golf in the country, arguably. And
Yeah,
Caledonia,
pound for sure.
pound for pound for sure. It's probably the best place you can go on a trip in terms of price
Shout
and
out
golf
bachelor
quality.
trip. Just saying.
Where did we go? It was
Legends Golf Resort.
Legends Golf Resort. Shout out them. I think
Yeah,
we
man.
did. I think we did like 4 or 5 rounds, 3 or 4 nights
Yeah,
for
we did
$500.
less than that. It was
was like
$420.
Oh, it's sick. And we got two condos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
It was unbelievable.
2 4-bedroom condos.
You have to go in August when it's 1,000 degrees in Myrtle Beach, though, is the unfortunate part.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
but it's totally worth it.
The beers flow faster. That's true.
They definitely do.
Anyway, so tons of golf in that area. Caledonia and True Blue are 15 minutes from the beach house, and so my dad and Spencer, that's what they would do. One day out of the week, we'd go to the beach. 2 weeks to go to the beach. They go play. There's a picture of me. Actually, let's see if I can pull it up. I've got a little folder here. There's a picture of me and my dad. Let's see, where's it at? Here on the 18th green at Caledonia. If you can't
Look at
see
young
that,
Jeff, man.
Jeff weighs about 130 pounds wet, standing 6'2" tall, and I've got blonde hair. I'm like barely walking. So Caledonia and True Blue have been courses.
That was a nice romper, Josh.
Shout out my mom for putting girls' clothes on me.
Oh man.
But yeah, those 2 golf courses were something my dad and Spencer played every year. And then when I started getting to go, I loved it. It's like my earliest golf memories are on those courses. And my earliest golf memories with Carter, the 4 of us. And it's just, they're fantastically laid out. Done by Mike Strantz, who got a shout out in article today about Tom. Mike worked for Tom for a while before settling down kind of in that region. And he built True Blue and Caledonia were 2 of the 9 Mike Strantz originals. So, as you can imagine, they've got bunkers everywhere, super steep faces, bunker faces, green side faces, and they just got beautiful layouts. I like True Blue more than I like Caledonia, only because I think Caledonia is it can be unfair at times, and it's a little tight. You can hit good shots and be penalized on that shot, and then also be penalized on the shot you're about to take. Like it's pretty brutal. It can be brutal at times. But True Blue is a little bit more open. It's a little bit more linksy, I'd say. Like,
Okay.
the visuals of it are just sand, tall grass.
Yeah, it definitely kind of has that feel. I've played it one time with Carter.
Do you remember
Josh
any of it?
unfortunately wasn't there. I remember enough of it. I couldn't tell you which hole was which. Probably remember most of the holes, but I could not tell you the routing. Let's do that way. So, but no, great golf course, great condition, great area, like you said. So
Yeah.
that's a fantastic pick for favorite golf course.
Yeah, so it's definitely right now it's still my favorite. I could easily go and pick a Bandon course, but that one's just got too much history for me and my dad, and
more sentimental also.
Yeah, 100% sentimental. It's basically where I grew up. That was my vacation round of the year.
Do the Finn scooters have anything to do with the favorite selection?
They brought those in a couple years after I got my license, and boy, are they so much fun, because it's got some elevation in some areas. And if you didn't know about the Finn scooters, if you like kind of pull on the throttle like a couple times, like right when you start it up, like it guns. It's got like 2 or 3 speed settings, and dude, they're so much fun to just like whip through the fairways. And True Blue has their cart
I've
paths
still
kind of
never
bleed
ridden
into
them.
bunkers, so you're driving through the sand, and that's sweet. You haven't done a fin cycle?
I've never done one. When we go to the beach this year, we're gonna make it our mission to get me on a fin cycle.
It's the best $20 extra you'll spend on a golf round.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah, True Blue is my favorite course. We'll go. Do you want to do your favorite course, or should I just go through my par 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, go through, and I'll do my favorite course. Let's do favorite courses, then we'll break into the best holes by par. One thing about True Blue, love from a design perspective when, like you said, the cart paths just bleed into bunkers, and you're driving the golf cart through the bunker. Like it's awesome. It feels high end to me.
It does, yeah. It feels illegal sometimes. You're like, what?
Yeah, they didn't care enough. They have so much money. They didn't care to even put cart paths. Yeah. Like, I don't need these things. Yeah, I'll just drive wherever I want.
Let's put an extra $100,000 into these sick greens.
Yeah. So, okay, my favorite golf course, Old Mac, abandoned, flag right there.
Named his dog after it.
Allegedly. My mini golden doodle is named Mac, after Old Mac. Tom Doak design. It's all template holes, which you know what those are for the viewers out there. CB McDonald would make his golf courses, and he would select template holes based just holes that he had already designed that he would just put anywhere in golf courses. So every hole on Old Mac is a template hole, and just from CB McDonald, all these different templates just back to back to back. Some unbelievable golf holes out there.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about Mac that separates itself from the other banded courses is it's kind of in this bowl, and so sometimes you're blocked up by the wind, but you have a view of the entire golf course on every single shot you hit, aside from 1, 18, 17.
Yeah, and then so it was built in 2010. All these template holes. Originally, Kaiser, who owns Bandon, wanted to do the Lido, and goes to Doak, and Doak says, well, I don't know if it's going to fit on this piece of property, right? So let's do something similar. You don't want to do it kind of like it. If you're going to do it, do it. Let's do something a little bit different.
Side note, the Lido took a hot leap into the top 100 this year.
I saw that. But they did all these template holes. Plays great. I mean, it when I was out there, and I said this to you guys multiple times, it feels like golf was invented there. Yeah. Like that piece of land, like it just feels like this is where somebody dropped a ball and hit it for the first time. It was like, I'm gonna make this game. Yeah. Like
it's almost like
unbelievable.
It feels that I think it feels that way because they're template holes. I think you can take you could take any single one of those holes and put them in a similar climate anywhere on the planet, and they would work. Like if you found the right spot for it. And I think that's what makes it so good is like every single hole you're playing is a successful golf hole.
I agree, and it's proven success too. It's not just on this golf course. Like I said, these are template holes. These are on golf courses all over the place. So it's so much fun. I think walking. Obviously, you have to walk in Bandon. I think walking truly adds to the experience. I wish in kind of our areas there was a little bit more availability to walk. With the
not over here in the mountains, man. I can't walk anything.
I have a little bit less hills, mountains, and more opportunity to walk than you do. But still, both areas are not ideal for walking 18 holes. You find very few courses that even kind of allow it.
Yeah.
So, no, but great golf. All the courses on Bandon, like you said, I could pick almost any one of them. But Old Mac kind of has that like special place in my heart where it's so good.
I think was that our third round? I can't remember the order we played.
It was.
We played
It was. I think we went
Pack, Bandon
Pack Bandon day 1, Old Mac
by itself.
And then went back and played
Sheep and Trails was day 3.
Trails, and then last we
Bandon.
went back to Bandon.
Yeah, Bandon
so,
again. But yeah, I think
it was a great trip, great golf.
I think when we crested the hill on 3, we stopped and obviously took a picture with the ghost tree. I think that in that moment, especially for me, about to turn around and go start an internship for Fazio, I think that was like one of the coolest moments of my life, where I was like, I'm here at like one of the biggest resorts in the world, playing some of the most fantastic golf. All courses are, ranked super highly. And I'm just out there. Every time I started walking after I hit a shot, I just like would zone out in a good way. Like I'm just sitting there.
You look around you and it's literally golf.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm like, this is
nothing else to see. It's the entire golf course. You see almost every hole. It's unbelievable. Like
it made me.
It's so good, dude.
It made like the design aspect, like it just solidified my entire career choice in that moment. And there's something about the ghost tree that's, it just signifies so much. It's such an identifier. And it's that kind of symbol on, it's just a tree on a golf course. But when you break it down, it means so much more. And I think that's what it was kind of that solidifying moment for me. That was like, this just means so much more now to me because of, the career path that I'm headed down.
Yeah, there's something about the ghost tree, and there's something about the double transfusions that they make out there too. They're just so much. They're so good.
I recommend paying with credit card.
Yeah, don't.
God,
if you have the ability to not look at the price when you're paying, just do that. Don't even worry about it.
Quick story: we were rotating who was buying the transfusions, and I think it was my turn. You get up to 7 on Old Mac, and there's like a halfway house there before you tee up on 8. Carter, Matthew, and Carter's cousin Luke, they're like, "Hey, like it's your round," and like I didn't know like what they've been paying or anything, and I was like, okay.
Secretly, I did know because I bought the round in the clubhouse. It was the same price.
That's right, yes.
So.
But I had no idea because I bought last. So I like walk up there, and like right before I'm about to pay, Matthew goes, "Make them doubles." And I was like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. So I was like, hey, can I get 4 double transfusions? And she looked at me, she's like, I was like, they're for our group. She's like, oh, okay, yeah. So I like turn around and I'm like standing there, and you're like, the back is 7, you're like looking over the entire Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having another one of those moments, I feel like I could break out in tears and just like cry tears of joy. And I'm sitting there and I was like, oh, this is just, I'm having the time of my life. And she's like, okay, we're ready for you. So I like turn around and I go to pay. And she's like, that'll be, I think it was like $117. It was $88, I think. Because
it might have, it was 22 a piece.
Yeah,
you're right.
22, so it's $88. And I was like, I'm gonna tip her well. So I think I tipped her $20. So I turned around and I was like, I put my debit card back in my wallet and like pulled my credit card out. I was like, there you go, thanks. Crap. And I was like, I actually could cry now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're gonna get transfusions, just be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But so Old Mac,
great, yeah,
fantastic golf
favorite course,
ranked highest resort. Of
yeah.
You do your Bandon rankings. It's my number 1.
Yeah, it's my number 1. Followed closely by Bandon Trails. Either one could have been my favorite course, but the vibes at Old Mac and kind of the feeling you get kind of bumps it up, I think, for me.
You know what made that round so much better, and I think was the breakfast burrito. Oh my God! If you're going to Bandon anytime soon, or if you've been and you didn't get this breakfast burrito, you missed out. The breakfast burrito at the Old Mac Clubhouse.
At the club, it's gotta be at the Old Mac Clubhouse.
It's the shack, not the new building they just finished behind 18, yeah. But like where you go check in. Best breakfast sandwich I've ever had in my life. We went back the next 2 days, like drove to Mac to get those burritos and then go play our other rounds.
Oh, so good,
fantastic.
So, all right, Josh, let's get into your favorite holes by par. Save
right.
the worst hole. We're gonna do those last, I think.
Okay. We'll start with par 3. This was actually a lot harder to come up with than I thought. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, I've played a lot of different golf holes. But I just went with the first one I thought of when I like asked myself like, what's your favorite par 3?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I thought of was number 6 at Pinehurst, number 4. I know that's confusing when you put numbers in the titles of golf courses.
Number 4. Got it.
So number 6 at number 4, and we're gonna switch over here. If you're not watching the YouTube and you want to see these courses, flip over to the YouTube. But here is number 6, par 3 at Pinehurst, number 4. I believe Tom actually originally designed number 6, and it's gone through.
Okay.
Number 4 is weird at Pinehurst. It's kind of like their clay model that they never let dry. They will go through, and for whatever reason, like they'll just redo it every 5-10 years. I don't know what it is. So its most recent renovation is Gil Hans. I can't believe it's been almost 2-3 years since I played this.
Yeah, it's been time flies, man. I feel like you were just out there.
I know. So standing here on the tee box, this is number 3, and this is kind of your second immersion into the entire property. So this is 5 green, and it goes back. 5 goes back that way. 1, 2, and 3 are kind of over here, and then I believe 18, 17. This is like 14, 15, and it's 13, 14, 15 right here on this lake. So you kind of get a little bit of a view of the golf course when you're walking off to 3 green, going to 4, which is also a par 4 or par 3. And it's like a cool view. You kind of look back across property a little bit, but it's a little blocked out. And then you play kind of down this like tree hallway to 5 green. And then when you get on this tee box, like you just turn the corner and it's just like this view right here. It was fantastic. Like I was in the winter, so it was dormant. Wasn't as green as this, but the view still held strong. Like you get this awesome view of the lake. The bunkering on this green is probably what makes it for me.
Okay.
It tips out at 200. I think I played it at like 175 or something.
Okay.
And
what's that, a little 8-iron in for you?
I was into the wind. It was a little windy, so I think I hit 7. I still hit it in this bunker right, which is this bunker is straight down.
Looks like death.
It's I think there's actually, if I remember correct, there's levels to this bunker. So you can either hit it in the top level, or you have to take a staircase down to like the next level, which is like 30 yards away from the green. And it's just fantastic. I love the bunkering, the bed planning. I walked this course, so you walk down the tee boxes, straight up the gut of the fairway here. And it's just beautiful. The fingering in the bunkers it's so like picturesque. It's like painted. Someone took a paintbrush and like created this outline. Super artistic, and it's got everything I want from a visual standpoint. And then you play the hole. So you can tip it out 200. I was playing with the guy I was living with who was slightly older, so I think we played 1 or 2 up. And we're playing back into the wind. It's a little more uphill than you realize. And you've got these cool like grass swells on the left side. You've got all the room in the world left to bail out. Like you could literally hit a 5-iron over there and just get up and down if you wanted to. But if you go right, you're dead. You're so dead. Where do I go?
Right.
Block the shit out of it. Straight in the bunker. I think I made bogey. I hit it out of the bunker twice or something.
Sweet.
But it's just like, it's the total like risk reward. It's right, like it's all right there laid out in front of you. Like you see where you don't want to be. You can see your bailout zone. I believe the pin for me was also on the right side of the green. So not only was I in this 20-foot deep bunker, I was short-sighted, which is, standard for my golf game. But it's just a fantastic hole visually. It's my favorite out there for sure. And it's the first one I thought of when you asked me what my favorite par 3 was.
Okay. What about I mean, it looks pretty sweet. Like you said, don't go right. Don't be in that bunker, unfortunately, where you were. But no, it looks like a great three. Um, what's your par four?
Par 4, we're gonna go to Bandon, and I had to
Okay.
pick something from Bandon. I couldn't
Yeah, of course.
purposely.
As many you know highly ranked courses as Bandon has, they at least got to have one hole.
They have 70 holes that are perfect.
Yeah.
So for my par 4, I picked Bandon number 4. Bandon Dunes, the course number 4. This hole, if you play this course first on your trip like we did, this is your first hole where you get to see the ocean. So obviously 1 starts at the clubhouse, 2 par 3, 3 par 5, and then you get here. And this is kind of all you see from the tee box is just like you've got this fescue, tall grass, and just a fairway. Dogleg's right. If you play up a couple tees, I believe you can take the corner. So
Yep.
if you play at 410, like it's basically 300 to kind of cut the corner a little bit. But then once you get out here in the fairway, like this fly through
It's such a good golf
doesn't do
hole.
it justice. It's just a fantastic visual infinity green that just falls off the face of the planet. Especially when the marine layer's gone, like it's beautiful. The wind's blowing straight into your face. You know, you've got to flight something below the wind. You can't hit too far, else you're literally skipping it into the beach. This bunker here is, I believe Carter hit into it our second round that we played here. Got up and down for par, which is one of the cooler 4s of the trip. That's kind of your target line. You know, you want to hit it. I think I hit driver first round, and then I think the wind was blowing so hard I ended up hitting like a 4-iron the second round.
Yeah, I think I went 3-wood, and then I actually ended up going 5-wood because 3-wood got me into trouble.
Yeah.
First time, like you can definitely get there depending on the tees you play, but it's Carter. I don't know how he made par out of there, but
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I think you can honestly go
place to be.
4-iron, and keep yourself from messing with the wind. But
For sure.
Great, like kind of where am I going tee shot? Kind of trust your caddy and just hit the yardage he tells you to hit, and then you turn the corner with this view. I believe the first round we played, I hit it right, and so like into the tall stuff, and so I like hit my shot out just to get something towards the green, and I came like walking up the dune to go see where my ball was, and it's like the highest point on that hole, and I'm just looking straight down at the green that just falls off the cliff. It was just perfect. And then here's the green, you know, the infinity backside, like I said, it's kind of like got a false back edge. And then bunkering, you know, the only thing I don't think I love about this is bunkering left in fairway and on the green. But I think the reason they did that was because of the elevation and topography. They kind of kept the right side high, and then the cliff here kind of falls off a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's just so much visually more appealing to see like the bunkers with the backdrop. So I think it's a fantastic hole. I think you could pick 75% of the holes on this property and to call your favorite, and you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. No, that's a great hole. I do agree with what you said. It feels like left side heavy with bunkering. They could have thrown, I mean, even just one over there on the right side or something kind of short right of the green, even like a little pot bunker right in there somewhere 10, 15 yards out. But
you can run something up the right side, let it take
Yeah.
the slope, which is, I think that's
and that's what the kind of the point of Bandon is, right? Is to play those shots that you don't get to play in the United States. So, no, great golf hole, another great choice.
Yeah.
What's go ahead with your par 5. Let's hear about that.
So I switched it on you. I originally had
Good.
Champion Hills 13, which I'll show you a picture of real quick because this is a great, fantastic golf course. This is Champion Hills 13, par 5. It's just like it's just fantastic. Mountain golf.
It almost has Bandon Trails vibes.
Yes.
From that picture.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a signature hole. I've learned that Tom doesn't believe in signature holes, which I'm totally a fan of. I think if you're building a golf course to build one signature hole, you're building a golf course for the wrong reasons. I agree with him. I think all 18 holes should be signature holes. But I think if you're gonna put one hole on the face of Champion Hills, it's this hole. So that's my honorary mention. But my favorite hole, and I wanted to do this layout for this reason. My favorite par 5, I think, is Tobacco Road 13. Again, Mike Strantz. I think this is one of the last courses he built before he died. But this is your risk reward par 5. You can take the corner over the trees and have, a scoring iron pitching wedge into the green, or you just you take your driver 3-wood out and just play it as a 3-shot. So right off the bat, you get to pick. What are you going to do? I took it over the trees when I played, and I covered the tops of the trees by like a foot. So I think I had 160 in.
Living dangerously.
Yeah, 140 yards in. And then what makes this hole is what you look at when you get in the fairway on your second or third. If you don't know, Tobacco Road was an old sand mine. And so you've got, these massive structures in the background of, I don't know if it's like I don't know what they do. There's separators or sifters or something. Or,
oh, yeah, no clue.
I don't know. I'm not in the sand business, but they have something to do with sand and whatever. But this green is literally in a bowl of just massive mounds of sand. So the green actually extends like all the way over here on the left of this like bunker edge behind it, and then just like right below where the carts go. So you can have a blind pin location. Luckily, when I played, it was in the spot where you see it, and so I just threw one long off the hill, let it roll back, and I think I had 2-putted for birdie.
Look at that.
So it's a sweet hole.
No, this is I can't say from personal experience, but this is definitely on my bucket list of courses to play.
Yes,
I really desperately need to get out there. So this is one of the ones you see in the pictures all the time, just because of how photogenic it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any green in a bowl like that is kind of,
it's fun.
Everybody wants to hit into it. It just looks inviting. So,
and Strantz loves this. He does this on the first hole as well. It's kind of the valley of like where you're supposed to hit it. So the first hole has basically the exact same kind of mounding off your tee shot, and you just hit straight up the gut. So yeah, those are what I'm calling my favorite holes that I've played.
Okay.
TBD, but that's just gonna come with playing some more sick golf courses.
Okay. All right. Well, my favorite par 3 is Sweetens Cove number 4. It's called King. It's the only one with a name.
Yep.
I'm just going to go ahead and preface this that I could have easily picked Sweetens Cove as my favorite golf course and picked 3 holes for this also. Par 3, par 4, and par 5. Love the golf course. It's just, it's 9 holes. We kind of wanted to get a little more talking points in. So, but
shout out Fried Egg. They just did a cool little video with Rob Collins, one of the architects, about Sweetens Cove.
I have not gotten a chance to watch that, but I am looking forward to it. So Rob Collins, one of the architects, King Collins Golf, did this 9-hole golf course, Sweetens Cove. Number 4, par 3. It can vary anywhere from 90 yards in length to 220 yards in length. 20,000 square foot green.
Insanely big. That's like
at
Fazio, like we try to stick between like 3,500 to 6. That's kind of 6.5 is really pushing it. So 20,000 square feet is 6-7 greens.
to be standing on the tee and see that is just wild in general, and also very inviting, even though it's still really hard to hit in some areas, especially with some flags.
Like this flag, for
But
example.
I noticed a trend here, a little, I guess, kind of a shout out to my next two holes also. A lot of blind shots for
Yeah,
me.
you do like the blind
You have
shot.
you have to walk on this hole on the tee box. You have to walk over to the right just to find a yardage, which
Yeah,
makes it
it
kind of a
depends
little
on
bit of a
the
guessing game.
if it's on the
Yeah,
left half, like you're walking 40 yards
yeah.
basically to the next tee just to shoot the flag.
So it's kind of a little bit of a guessing game at that point, but also there's something about hitting a shot, and at Sweden's Cove, there's almost like there's no rules. You can play with as many people as you want. So last time we were out there, we played as an eightsome. There's
All
something
day.
about
It's an all day pass,
all
dude.
day. There's something about hitting your golf shot and walking around the hill with all your buddies and seeing how close it is, or not seeing a ball that you think is close, and hoping that it's in the hole. It's kind of that
Spinning the roulette table,
anticipation, that excitement. Yeah. So
Did I land on
I
red or
think,
black? Yeah, that kind of.
yeah, I think it's a great hole. You don't see greens that big.
Ever.
You just don't, like, never even heard of another one even close to that. So, uh, great hole mixed in on a golf course of all great holes, basically. Um, so that's definitely my par three. Um, love playing the hole. Love being out at Sweden's Cove, especially with all the buddies. So,
Yep.
um, yeah, that's it. My par four, we're gonna go back to Bandon. Old Mac number 3, Tom Doak design, hole with the ghost tree. One of probably the most photographed holes in golf, I would say.
Oh,
I have
100%.
absolutely no stats on that, just a complete guess. But it's got the ghost tree, and everybody loves the ghost tree. It's I think this template's called the Sahara, Josh, right? You hit up over the hill, kind of, again, blind tee shot. You don't really know where you're going.
Yeah, it's
Um,
you go left. I think what they say you go left to try and get close to the green, left of the ghost tree off the tee,
mhm.
get as close to the green as possible, or a safe play is right. But yeah, it's Sahara. I'll read the description on the Bandon
Yeah, go
website.
ahead.
It's a short par 4 up and over huge dune right, based on the old third hole at Royal St. George in England, which is in McDonald's day was a blind par 3. The safe line to the right requires only a 150-yard carry, but you can get near the green with the drive if you dare to flirt with the big tree on the left. The green is enormous for a short pitch, yet it is still sometimes hard to get close to the hole, especially when the hole plays downwind. So precedent is Royal St. George number 3 and National Golf Links number 2.
Yeah, no, great golf hole. I didn't really listen to the description that you just described, or my caddy for that matter. He was saying you can go left of the tree and hit a cut, which probably what I should have done, considering I cut the golf ball
90%.
95% of the time. Or you can, if you want to hit driver but don't want to go left of the tree, you can go right of it and hit a little draw. And me, being stupid, I guess, just decided that, oh yeah, I can probably hit a draw after I haven't done it all trip
Yeah,
so
we're
far, and probably won't
36,
do it. And
38 holes in now.
the wind's into us and my ball spins to the right. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Hit it dead
So I get up
straight.
driver, I feel like I almost missed the club face, basically. Hit kind of a low screamer that
It's the signature
dove
Matthew ball
hard
flight,
right.
if we're going to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's pretty bad. It can get pretty bad.
Almost skipped it off the hill, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, no, it was low. And so I get up to my ball, we find it on the right side of the fairway, and caddy's like, I'm just gonna give this dude yardage and get the hell out of here. And I
Probably
ended
came to
up
help me
hitting
find
one.
mine.
Yeah, I ended up hitting an 8-iron, up off the hill, a little left of the flag, that bounced once and just ripped right at the flag and stopped about a foot away
Oh, that's
for a
right.
tap in birdie.
I
Yeah,
forgot
it
you
was.
stuck it.
It was the caddy was impressed. It was the only time he was impressed with me all day.
Because I think I was just
But
off the green and I like watched you hit that.
yeah, it was that was a fun one for sure. And he kind of not really a dig at the caddy, but he kind of told me I didn't know how to hit the ball with any kind of spin. And if you've ever seen me play golf, that's all I do is I'm very spinny.
Yeah.
And so after that, he was like, "Oh, never mind." And he kept telling me to hit the cut spinner, which I can't do on purpose, really.
No, but
It's
there.
just generally how it goes.
That caddy pissed me off.
Yeah, y'all didn't really. You kind of butted heads a little bit.
We butted heads through. What was the Redan? We got to the Redan, and I hit one way right,
God.
and
Which hole is that?
Actually, I could probably just find it right here.
Yeah, I mean it should be on there.
Okay, they only put 10,
Or not.
10 holes on here. Cool.
No, but I mean it's a
12.
Obviously my favorite hole on the course. I think part of it is the popularity of it, just the ghost tree too.
Yeah.
It had been almost blown over before we got there, and they had this
stabilization cables.
Yeah, the cables
Sucker
and everything.
was strapped to the ground.
We were happy to see it. Got a couple pictures in front of it, but yeah, that's my par 4.
Great hole.
Par 5 is one that Josh has not played. Hawks Ridge Golf Club.
I don't know which picture it is.
Which one? Is this for Hawks Ridge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there might not be a picture.
You probably won't find it. That place is pretty private.
Okay, weird flex.
Sorry.
Continue.
Sorry. They don't let a lot of just anybody in there, you know. No, but another blind tee shot. This hole actually.
All 3 of your holes had blind shots?
Yeah, all 3. I just realized that too. And I feel like the only one I actually chose because of the blind shot was the par 3.
Sweetens, yeah.
No, but excuse me. The blind shot on this hole is kind of actually a dogleg left. So ideally you want to draw it. If not, you got to kind of take it towards the left trees, hit over these 2 bunkers on the left with a cut. You can hit it way down there. It's kind of downhill in the landing area. You can get there in 2 if you are in the right position. I think that's kind of why I like it, because it has 2 pine trees that are short left center of the green, and depending on where you are in the fairway, you definitely have to step up and hit a shot.
What do you have if you hit a good drive?
It's more on the roll. It can be anywhere from 230 to 160. I feel like I've played when it's wet and it just lands and stops and you don't really have a chance, and then I've played when it is dry and it's baked out in the summer and it rolls all the way down, and you can have a
9-iron in.
9-iron, 8-iron in. But these 2 pine trees just kind of sit short left, right in front of the green, and you can generally, if you get far enough right, you don't have to really worry about them. I mean, you can still draw it a little bit into the flag. I feel like most of the time I try to bite too much off and I end up on the left edge of the fairway and have to try to cut it around them. It would either be that or sling it 40 yards around them. I mean, that's just not going to happen. Yeah. But I think I really like it because it kind of it makes you hit a certain shot depending on where you're at, and I like holes that make you step up and by, okay, here's the shot. Let's see if you got it. I mean, yeah. So that's my par 5. It does have a good water feature on it. Also, when you walk up to the green from the cart path, sign that says snake habitat.
Oh,
so
the landscape architecture in me just loves that.
Yeah, just be careful out there.
Love the preservation, but I hate snakes.
Yeah, me too. We've had some experiences together, so
Oh god, lots of experiences.
yeah,
Well, cool,
with the
man. Well,
snakes specifically.
the the more fun question I think is what's the
Ah,
worst hole you have played?
you want me to go first, or you
Yeah,
want to take
yeah.
it?
Keep it going. Let's.
Okay. Um, so what I would consider, I guess, currently still my home course is Bradshaw Farms. It's the address is Woodstock, but it's technically Canton. It's about 10 minutes from my house. Um, and there's a par 4 on the white course. There's 3 9s at Bradshaw. Par 4, number 3, that is horrific. Um, you pull up to the tee box, and there's a sign at the cart cul-de-sac that says that the creek is 225 yards away. And then you walk another 10 yards, 15 yards back to your tee from there. So really you're sitting at 240 to the edge of the creek.
And I think like the ravine it's probably a 285.
It's at least 30 yards wide.
Yeah, it's almost a
At
290
least it's
carry.
probably more like 40 yards wide. Um, so you can either hit it short of it, which is generally what everybody does. Hit it 220 is safe because if it gets
sticks, yeah.
yeah, if it gets hot out there, it'll kind of bake out and you can bounce once and right into the ravine, or you can try to go for it. Nobody ever really goes for it
I've
because it's too
never
long
gone
of a
for it.
carry. Yeah, I've gone for it one time in a scramble.
Fair.
Made it,
Nice.
but and
Playing.
then made birdie on the hole.
There you go.
So it's gettable, but when you're playing a round of golf where it's just you and you don't have other people to bail you out, you're not. That's my problem with it. Is there's not. They want it to be a risk reward hole, but there's not
Yeah.
enough reward.
There's no reward. There's
Yeah.
another couple important pieces is if you land on the right half of the fairway, you're blocked out by trees to hit half the green. If you hit the left side of the fairway, it's like this long bunker that runs up a couple feet off the fairway line, and it probably runs 60 feet, 60, 80 feet long.
And the other problem with the hole is right rough is on a incline that because
Straight
it's
uphill.
Bermuda. Yeah, because it's Bermuda, the ball stays on it, but it's so steep that you're basically hitting it like it's on a tee.
Yeah,
for baseball.
It's a baseball swing.
Yeah, so
And then
it's just not a great hole.
Not only do you have to hit the center of the fairway to have a chance at the green again has that massive, hillside on the right, and then short bunker left, and just falls off the face of the planet behind the hole. So
Terrible.
and it runs.
It has a little
back right to left.
little backstop. Yeah, it has a little backstop. Just on the back edge of the green. But if you bounce it once and go over that thing, it's going 30 yards down the hill.
I do it every time.
And then the issue is if you do end up laying up successfully, you still got 180 yards in.
Yeah.
And so it's not a scoring opportunity. It's too difficult of a hole.
It's a 5.
Like
you can put a 5 down and say it's a good hole.
Again, it's a risk reward hole where the risk is too high for any potential reward, basically.
Yeah.
So I just don't love it. Also, Bradshaw Farms stinky golf course logo.
Really bad.
Could be so good, but it's so bad.
I'm gonna one up you on the shitty par 4.
Okay.
My worst hole is gonna come from Centennial Golf Club. I don't know the full name of it. Centennial Golf Club, we'll call it, in Knoxville, where I went to school, obviously. That course is built on a hillside, so same thing you're talking about. It's like it's Bermuda. Everything sticks on the hillside. I could have picked 4 or 5 holes from this course to call my least favorite ever, but I picked number 18, which is a shame because the worst hole should not be your last hole if you're gonna have a bad hole. This hole from the tips, it plays dead straight. I think it plays about 380.
Okay.
downhill, usually downwind. So it ends up being pretty short for a par 4 on a 6,800 yard tipped out golf course. The problem is there's a 100-foot wide ravine in the middle of the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
So your tee shot,
you
yeah,
sending me a couple pictures of this hole and a video. I think it's
so
it's pretty wild.
Your tee shot's downhill, and you've got the ravine in the middle, obviously. The problem is to carry the ravine, it's 320 yards. So, and like, less you hit it perfect and it's downwind, like you're more than likely not going to carry it. And even if you do, you have 20-foot elevation change from where you land to the green. So you have a blind, like flippy, very feely wedge.
Mm-hmm.
So the play, and what I have to do, the 2 times I've played it, because I will never go back, you have to hit 9-iron. So I hit 9-iron,
9-iron off the tee on a par 4.
On a par 4, yes. So I'm hitting 9-iron. It's downhill significantly. So my 9-iron carry is probably 160, 165. I'll say 150 to 160. And if it's dry, it's going to bounce and roll. And when I played it last, I hit 9-iron, bounced and rolled into the rough, which it's starting to go downhill into this ravine.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have a downhill lie in Bermuda, and you have to go like another 100 and I don't know what would that math be, 180 yards, kind of over this ravine onto the green. So you hit 9-iron, 8-iron, 7-iron off a downhill lie. I think I hit 8-iron, and then you there's a bunker short right. It everything right goes like straight off a cliff, and the cart path runs probably 15 to 20 feet off the green. So even if you hit an okay shot that's just off the green, cart path is gonna just launch that sucker into the clubhouse. So I think there's also a fairway bunker on the left side of the second half of the fairway. So over the ravine, there's a fairway bunker left. What's it there for? Who knows? But I'd argue this is the worst hole I've ever played in my life. So 9-iron, 8-iron into a par 4.
Yeah, that is brutal, I gotta say.
And it's the 18th hole.
Yeah. So you get, not only is it 9-iron, 8-iron on a par 4, you have to end the 9-iron off the tee, not into a par 3.
Can't let the anger out. Can't.
Yeah.
Can't score. There's no scoring opportunity really, unless you
that's...
you hit pitching wedge 7-iron, and you just hit a good one. That's So that hole is stuck in my head. I knew immediately when we were thinking about questions.
Worst hole, you're like, that's it.
I was like, yeah, that's the one. So
yeah.
Well, cool, man. I think that's a fun little list to go through, and I think that's something we can do again and again with more courses we play.
Yeah, it can definitely be updated for sure.
There's so many holes I could put on this list. I think we could do a whole series on favorite course in Georgia, favorite course in North Carolina, favorite course at Bandon. So yeah, man, that's gonna wrap up our favorite holes, favorite courses, and I've got a little surprise for Matthew to wrap up the pod. We're gonna end with a segment I came up with probably 45 minutes before you put the kid down to go to bed. I was just sitting here thinking about ways we could wrap up pods, ways we could kind of answer some questions, and so I went to our good friend ChatGPT, and I asked it to make 50 questions that you could answer at a pretty rapid pace. So we're gonna do a new segment I'm calling 4 and 3.
Okay.
We got 4 questions to answer in 3 minutes, and we both have to answer what? Sorry, the chat. Look above your head if you can see it. The ChatGPT is.
It can make mistakes. Don't worry.
But it's on your screen. That threw me for a second. So yeah, 4 and 3. We have 4 questions.
Okay.
We both have to answer and with a why, and we have 3 minutes to do it. So, are you ready?
I guess as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. What is your favorite feature in a golf course and why?
The snack bar, because they serve Miller Lite.
It's a fantastic. Oh, that's a fantastic answer. I was gonna say
mean-
halfway house too, but I'm gonna go with benches with views.
Oh,
Yeah, benches
that's a
with views.
great one. That's a great one.
You gotta answer why. Why, obviously.
Why? Because Miller Lite is fabulous.
My why is gonna go because there's no better opportunity to sit and rest and look over a golf course than on a park bench with your friends. Like that's probably
It's true.
the best feeling in the world. With a Miller Lite, at
Yeah.
that.
Oh God, add that in there.
Yes. Okay. Who is your most underrated golfer ever and why?
Underrated.
You gotta be
Oh,
you gotta be quick.
God.
We only got 2 minutes.
Shit. I'm just gonna go Ricky Fowler,
Oh,
and he's not really that underrated, but he's a man of the people. I guess that's why I'm gonna say he's underrated. He's gonna stay out there and sign all the autographs for the kids.
ooh,
Nobody gives him enough appreciation.
yeah, that's good. That's good. I could have prepared because I knew the questions. I don't know what to answer.
Yeah, I mean this is this is all on you, man.
I think you can say Jordan Spieth now because he sucks.
It's true.
I think
yeah.
I think at any point he can come out and I think his career is a career anybody would love to have.
Yeah, I agree.
But he has not done anything in 8 years.
But yeah, he's kind of sucks now. I agree.
Okay. What is your worst blow up hole story?
Okay, Bandon, I think we figured out it was Pack Dunes, hole 12, par 5, I think, no, 14, hole 14, par 5, 40 miles an hour downwind.
Yes.
I hit my drive 400 yards, and I made bogey. It was terrible. 500-yard hole. I had 100 yards into a par 5
Yes.
and made bogey.
Were you in the bunker? Did you hit in the bunker?
No, I just suck.
Oh, we have 53 seconds. My worst blow up hole ever. Oh gosh, it's probably the hole I played last weekend. Par 5, hit a dead straight drive, snapped hooked into the trees, punched out, hit a tree back into the fairway, and it still had 200 yards in. Hit it in the front left pothole bunker. Hit it in the bunker for the second time, and I think I made triple.
Sick.
And that was backed by 3 doubles.
Ooh, okay.
okay,
Let's go.
Should Augusta host a Ryder Cup?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
You don't think so?
You can't. It's got the Masters. You can't give it more than that. It doesn't.
I agree.
It
I also
needs to
don't-
stay in golf lore.
I don't think it's a match play golf course.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not a match. It's just 100% stroke.
Yeah.
So many places lose strokes, and I think if you get bailed out because it's match play, it takes away from the
I would
design
agree.
itself.
Yeah, you want to see the carnage.
Correct. Ooh, okay.
We
There you
got
go.
it just in the nick of time.
We spent 2 minutes on the first question. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, we did.
Uh,
No, that's a little fun ending segment.
yeah,
there.
get the heart rate going. I think I'm
Yeah.
most proud of the name of anything.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Cool, man. That's I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna record a couple more. These are all gonna come out. The first 4 podcasts are gonna come out at the same time. We want to give you guys some stuff to binge, kind of get to know us a little bit. We're still putting together our marketing package and everything. So I think this one was recorded a couple days after we recorded the first one. So we don't have any like
Not a
current
ton of
events
or
news.
anything.
The RSM.
Bryson has not made it.
Yeah, we're on day 10 of Bryson.
Yet.
He did
Bryson has not made it.
He did
so.
not make it today. TGL has no
The rumor
updates.
was day 9 didn't happen, so we're still waiting.
I was listening to the No Laying Up podcast the other day, and TC said that a Tyrannosaurus Rex would not fit on the TGL projector
I
board.
saw that also.
It, in fact, will, and I think you could fit 2. So
Yeah.
that's the only update I got for TGL. And RSM started today down Sea Island.
No clue who's winning.
I think the leader's at 6 under. Don't know who it is. It's on the Plantation Sea Island course done by Davis Love. The Seaside course was done by Fazio.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Yep.
So yeah, man, that's
That's it. Yeah.
good stuff. Thank you guys for listening. This has been
absolutely.
the second edition of the Golf Collective podcast. Stay tuned for some more, and hopefully by the time we get these posted, we'll have a blog for you guys to take a look at as well. So stay on the lookout for those. This will be posted to anywhere you can listen to your podcasts, as well as a video version on YouTube, all at The Golf Collective. You can find a quick little search, and we appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
All right. We'll see you guys.
See you.